Friends, value of any help depends upon the time, place, and situation. I am Divakaran Pillai, motivational speaker from C2B, Caterpillar to Butterfly. A poor boy, young boy, he used to sell goods from door to door to finance his studies in the school. And he was very poor and he didn't have much to eat. One day he was moving around till 11 o'clock and it was getting warmer and he was feeling very hungry and he didn't have money to buy food. Then he thought, when I go to the next house, I shall request them to give me something to eat. The next door he reached and he knocked at the door and he thought, I will ask for some food. When the door opened, one young lady came outside. Looking at her, he was feeling a little embarrassed to ask for food. Instead of that, he just asked for a glass of water. The lady looked at him from top to bottom and she could guess what is the problem with him, what he really wanted. And she went inside and brought one large glass full of milk and gave it to him. He drank the whole milk slowly and he felt very much refreshed, and he just put his hand in his pocket and asked the lady, how much do I have to pay you? The lady said, nothing, you don't have to pay anything. Our mother had taught us not to take any payment for the kindness we give. The fellow thanked her and came out. And after a few years, one lady was admitted in a hospital in a village. And she had a very complicated disease and they could not diagnose it properly. So referred her to the bigger hospital in the town. And when she reached there, her case papers went to a consultant. He looked at the case paper and the place from where the lady was coming. Something struck his mind, something familiar. Then she thought, let me just go and find out who this lady is, who this patient is. He put on his gown, doctor's gown, and went to that patient's room. She could immediately recognize that lady. She was the same lady who had helped him giving a glass of milk when she really wanted it. But the lady could not make out who he was because of his dress, and he is a totally changed person. And he took extra care in the lady, and she was ultimately fully cured. She was about to be discharged. At that time, Dr. Howard Kelly, that was the name of that physician, he told the billing department, please do not pass on the bill to that patient, pass it on to me. When the bill came to him, he scribbled something at the corner of the bill and told, you can hand it over to the patient in that ward. They went there and handed over the bill to her. And she was scared to open that envelope because she thought she's so poor and thought, I may have to work for the rest of my life to pay back this money. But she opened and found out at the corner something was written there, paid in full with one glass of milk, signed Howard Kelly. She could immediately recollect what has happened. Friends, there is a lot of difference between the cost and the value. Cost is something which you can very well purchase from anywhere in the market paying that amount. But there are some values which you cannot get. Just like the mother's milk. You cannot take the price of that, the cost of that. It's having value. In the same way, when you give a help to somebody, depending upon the situation, it has got tremendous value. We should understand that. And when you receive something like that, generally what happens, people receive such type of help, they feel very much relieved and happy and thankful, but gradually they are inclined to conveniently forget about the whole thing after some time. Remember that. Don't break the chain. Pass it on to somebody else. Even if you cannot give back to the same person, give it to somebody else so that the chain will continue and you will be an instrumental for making the whole world a better place to live. Thank you very much.